Yo! What up, Matthew?
Hey, Jay. How's it hanging?
I never know how to answer that question. I've heard some people say things that refer to, well, their dick here. But I don't know. Maybe you just meant it like when people say, what's up?
Yeah, I just meant it more like, what's up? I'm not necessarily looking for you to get all detailed about your genitalia.
Yeah. Plus, you've already seen downstairs before on me, right?
Yeah, during a show of ours in Queens, NYC. It was in the restroom, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Your privates definitely looked a bit haggard at that time, but I'm sure a lot of that had to do with the stress we were in, running a show.
Yeah, no, normally it looks fine down there.
Hey, I forget, Jay. Are you circumcised?
Yeah. How do you forget that? Why do you ask, by the way?
Just curious. It's no biggie. I'm circumcised too. It's weird. People say circumcision doesn't hurt. Well, listen to this. I was circumcised when I was born, and I couldn't walk for nearly a year.
Yeah, that's normal. Most babies can't walk until they're a year or so.
That's the joke, Jay.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, yeah, I'd be down to take a look at your dog again. Maybe sometimes when it's looking more at its best, like good lighting and everything. Like not when we're stressed at a show, in performance mode.
Performance mode. Remember that, Matthew? I loved doing live shows with you. How I miss the stage.
No need to miss it much. I mean, the world's a stage too. Come on.
Oh, right. Fuck. I forget that so much and it feels bad. I really try to remember that as much as possible. This world is madness. It's horrible and it's beautiful.
Anyways.
What?
I don't know. I'm just bored. La 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 la.
Okay. Well, I actually had a nightmare last night that made me think of some cool new thing we could be doing.
Yeah? Seriously? What do you think we should be doing?
Well, you know how I've known you for a little while now, and
yeah, I mean, we've known each other since about 2012. I think we met, or at least we saw each other in a small black box theater. There's nothing huge. It's just a small black box, basically. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just feel like at this point, we should know each other kind of better right now, no? Plus, we just started this Patreon, and we're now going into business together. We should, really know each other.
How do you mean? I mean, we know each other pretty well, I think at least. And it's going to keep happening more and more until we know each other like an insane amount. Like when we're old grandpas and shit. Like married to gray grannies or whatever.
I doubt I'll be gray. No way, Jago's gray. I'll shave my head or dye my hair. Trust me, I have a major plan for all this. I've been thinking of how to reverse my natural aging process for a long time.
That's good. Natural aging is a bitch. It pisses me off. That's why I watch Benjamin Button like a motherfucker. I try to pick up any tricks up his sleeve to see if I can somehow, get younger like that crazy motherfucker.
This is good to know. I mean, really good to know. Honestly, for the rest of this podcast today, Matthew, I would like to get to know you even better. This is awesome. Remember when you wouldn't even let me into your apartment for the first year when we were hanging out? Major. I mean, I know we met back in the day, but we started vibing in 2015 onwards. So let's talk. If you don't mind, that is.
I don't mind at all. That actually sounds pretty good, Jay. I want to get to know you better too.
Matthew, let's take this mother trucking podcast and really get to know one another.
Deal.
Okay. So, Matty boy, you mind if I call you that? Sorry. What can you tell me about your hometown?
My hometown. Well, my hometown is Los Angeles, CA, and it's a really great city. Millions of people live there from all walks of life. All walks. Yeah. There are lots of things to do. There's lots of shopping. You can find anything you want there. Right. Yeah, there are lots of malls and stores. Fuck, what else?
LA. You hear yourself? You sound like Brad Pitt or something right now. I feel like that's what he says to Angelina Jolie. LA.
Yeah, LA.
So, anyways, LA. Are there many restaurants or?
Yes. The thing I like is you can eat any type of food over here in this bitch. There are American restaurants, Ethiopian restaurants, and Italian restaurants. There is a big variety of restaurants, and they're all good.
That sounds great. Honestly, all good stuff so far from you. I'm enjoying the convo.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like this. I like telling you about me.
See, I told you this episode of the podcast would work out. What about parks? Yeah. Are there many places to see parks in your hometown? Los Angeles, California?
Yes. We have a lot of rivers and lakes and hills. So in summer, my hometown is great because there are lots of lakes to swim in, lots of forests to play in. In winter though, like there can be a lot of snow if you go to the correct mountains, not the city itself. sorry. I didn't take my meds today, so I'm feeling a bit weird. So yeah, in LA you can go surfing and then just go right outside of LA and you can go ice skating or even skiing. Of course, I have to drive down the 10 East, but yeah, Jay, I should really take you sometime.
Wow, yeah, no, that sounds really fun.
Yeah, it's just a really good city. It's also remarkably safe. There are lots of just really nice guys in here.
Is there much to do at night?
Well, maybe not. I don't know. Like, there's not many things to do at night if you're like me and you enjoy stargazing. You see, Jay, the one problem is the light pollution of the skyscrapers here more or less drowns out my ability to see planets or globes or other shit I like. But for most normies, there are many nightclubs they can enjoy. There are many bars. So actually, maybe there is tons of nightlife. I don't know.
Nice. And also, you're from LA, so it all sounds like a good place to have a family.
Yup. Many things. Many good things for all to enjoy. Like, regardless of your age, your body size, or whatever type of movies or music you like. LA has so much going on up in there.
Yeah, I see. I'm out of things to say again. Yeah, no, I hate this. Wait, why did we get a podcast again?
Yeah, it's fine. No rush. Just take your time.
Yeah. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Okay, I'll just tell you the truth. I had a horrible dream last night. It was so freaky. Okay, I just hated it.
Really? What was it about?
Well, I can't tell you right now because it might come true, so I'm not going to tell. Yes, that's right, Matthew. I'm just going to tell you I had a horrible dream, and that's it. What about you, though? You dream a lot, or?
No comment.
Oh, ew! You're talking about how you have wet dreams a lot? Ew! Fuck! I hate thinking about that. Okay, well, shit. Then I guess let's talk about the evening or any other activity. Matthew, what do you do when other people are, I guess, winding down, preparing for bed, that sort of thing?
Not wind down. Yeah, I don't, and I quote, wind down. That's just not me.
No, wind down is not a common thing you say. You are so fucking hyper.
Yeah. When I get home from my place of work, I like to get home, relax, have some food, and watch a great deal of TV.
Hey, do you think your hyperness contributes to your wet dreams? Whatever. No. All right. Hey, when do you usually get home at night?
About 6 or 6:30. About that time.
Okay. How do you go home though? Like, do you drive or take the train?
Oh yeah, I take the train.
You take the
train.
You take the. Oh fuck! No, I forgot.
What?
Jason Woliner. I told him I'd meet him at the train station. And what time is it?
Yeah, it's 4:38.
Oh fuck! I told Jason Woliner I would meet him at the train station at 4:45 p.m. That's in 7 minutes. Let's fucking go. Hey, Matthew, quick question.
What's up?
Have you, I don't know, while we have the time, have you ever kind of thought about like what you do if this whole, entertainment thing doesn't kind of work out like the way we're hoping? Have you thought about it, or?
Not sure. I don't really like to think about it.
I mean, dude, come on. You don't think it's like a good idea for us to talk about our future? I mean, what do you want to be when you grow up? Maybe comedy is just some ridiculous pipe dream, I don't know. You and I both know this field is quite challenging.
I know, right? It's like we're playing Russian roulette.
Yeah. And the bullets, my friend, the booking agents.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of careers I've considered. I mean, I have excellent reading comprehension, so I suppose I could always do something in that field. Libraries, looking out for librarians, something. I don't know, maybe work at Barnes & Noble. Who am I fooling? I would become a physician's assistant.
Okay, thank you. Finally getting somewhere. Hey, what is a physician's assistant, anyway?
Well, normally when you go into the MD's office, you wouldn't usually get. Well, you would get your doctor. Or all they do is check. They give you checkups, or maybe take out stitches or some shit, like not surgery or anything big like that. So basically, boom, like me as a physician's assistant, like I just go in there and I do the little things, basically so that the doctor does not have to do them.
All right, so that is what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make lots of moolah.
You want to make lots of money.
Okay, yeah, nothing wrong with that.
So, How do you become a physician's assistant? I can't even say it.
It's a shit ton of schooling. Like, imagine me going back to school.
I hope you go to a school with an excellent football team, so I can cheer along.
I want to attend the University of Florida or the University of Indiana.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, actually, both of those schools are playing excellent ball right now. This moment in time, at least, so... Yeah, you really want to be a physician's assistant, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I can see myself actually doing it. Like, just in case comedy doesn't go so swimmingly. I'd make bank, though. And then you hopefully go on and maybe have my own little doctor's place and open that up or something. I don't know.
Well, best wishes to you on becoming a physician's assistant. That is necessary. I'm sure you'll make a good physician's assistant.
Thank you.
Yo, let's go. Let's get Jason from this train.
Sounds good to me.
What up? It's nice being on the pod.
Jason in the house. How's it hanging?
It's fucking 2020, and if you're living on planet Earth, there's one thing you know and say a decent amount. 2020 is a bitch. I read something funny somewhere recently.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it said that 2020 is what happens when you mix your tarot deck with Cards Against Humanity.
That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta start reading what you're reading more.
For sure.
Maybe you could, I don't know, DM Rex in a private thread sometime, or...
We'll see.
So, Jason, what was it really like working on Borat's subsequent movie film? Oh, by the way, everyone, Jason Woliner directed the new Borat. It's only available on Amazon Prime.
Well, Borat was interesting. I mean, I really enjoyed the technical aspects of making the film, but one of the highlights for me was getting to know some of the staff at Amazon.
Oh, how neat. I was actually going to ask what this Amazon staff is like as a whole.
I actually had the opportunity to go camping with some employees last summer for a couple nights in the Colorado Rockies. And I don't know, we really just connected for whatever reason. Maybe our similar backgrounds, a bunch of us listen to the same kinds of songs. Plus, we both have dads who are radiologists. I don't know. The Amazon Prime executives and I have a lot in common. Let me just put it simply for any listeners who may be a little thick-skulled. I definitely like the peeps. I like being around them, eating with them, everything.
Whoa, similar fathers and musical taste as other Amazon staff members? That's a bit random, but it's cool.
I know, right? Maybe that's why I nabbed the directing gig. I'm not sure. These employees picked me to go on a kick-ass camping trip out of a list of like 100 badass directors. They could have gone with almost anyone, but they chose me. Over in the Colorado Rockies.
Congratulations, buddy. That must have been surreal. I don't know. I've had dreams where platforms I look up to or my comedic idols choose me, actually, to be part of their sketch or allow me to punch up their stand-up. Like, it's weird, but once I had this weird-ass dream that Bo Burnham... I shouldn't say this on the pod.
What? No, come on, Jay, it's cool. Just say whatever it is you want to share.
Really?
Yeah, just say it, Jay. I said that personal story about trekking through the mountains with my idols. Now you tell the story of your dream about Bo.
All right. Here you go. So Bo Burnham came to me in a dream one night a couple weeks ago. We were walking on the beach and he asked, and I know this is weird, but in the dream he asked me, he said, what would happen if he could just tell me that he could take my body for himself? And you know what was weird is I was really thrilled to hear it at the time. I never considered someone taking my body for themselves, but having heard it from Bo felt, I don't know, important for me. So, like, now now I'm truly done with that body. Like, I've lost all the muscles I previously had, and I look like a completely changed person. I've lost my fat, my bones make a different shape, and I have new hips and toes. And it's all about time to me, you know? And what better time than now? I can go all out and live my life way happier. Guys, I'm positively 100% comfortable with this decision. But I also know if I go all out, I might end up breaking my hand. What about you guys? Do you think I can live without my body? Chime in. What are your thoughts?
Wait, what? Like, are you asking me, or is this in the dream with Bo Burnham?
Oh, right. That. Yeah, no, Bo just kind of up and left shortly thereafter. Yeah, it was a lit dream. It was surreal. You go on a trip and everything's great, and then one day you're at a hotel room you didn't book. Yeah.
So anyway, what you been up to lately, Jason?
Well, this is kind of funny. Something funny I've been doing lately is going on Facebook and creeping someone out by taking their Facebook profile picture and making it my Facebook profile. Yeah, it's hilarious. It creeps them out. But what about y'all? What you cats been doing of late?
Oh, before this, we were just talking about what we do if our entertainment careers don't work out. Yeah, and earlier I was just kind of mentioning why my lunchtime can change so much and just about my day in general.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it sounds like you two have had a busy day already.
Yeah, definitely. It's been crazy. Like, okay, I don't know if you were listening, but Matthew and I know each other fairly well. But we've actually been getting to know each other really well just before you came in from the train.
Really? Whoa. So what have you been doing to break down barriers and stuff?
We've just been mainly asking each other a ton of excellent questions and doing a ton of excellent listening to one another right afterwards.
Nice. I want to get in on this. Like, I can just ask you guys a question or something?
Exactamundo.
Okay, so what do you make of the Michael Jackson hullabaloo?
Where do I even begin? Wow, I have so many thoughts on this. I personally don't think Michael Jackson is doing that with those kids, dude. Like, I'm serious. There's just no proof of it. I mean, sure, yes, he was sued once, but Jackson is an obvious target for extortion.
Ah, interesting.
Matthew, you're so opinionated on all this. Hey, I want to hear more about this opinion you have over there, buddy, but maybe save it for the Patreon version. Can we put a pin on it, or?
Sure. Deal.
Reality TV. You're going to watch some of those shows, right?
Yep. Reality TV. It's one of my weaknesses.
Hey, what do y'all think of Jimmy Kimmel?
I like Jimmy. And full disclosure, I haven't seen the show because I don't want to be in a position to be able to comment on it because, I don't know, that's just an awkward position for me.
All right.
But I totally wish him well. I mean, I have zero gripe against Jim. He's a very funny guy.
Anyways, this pod is getting awkward. We should debate or something. Medical and or recreational cannabis. You two haven't discussed it in a while, and I'm curious if your stance has shifted on the matter.
Really? We just talked about medicinal during our personal time yesterday. I don't feel like going down that road again.
Yeah, come on, Jason. Can we just debate something else?
How about Linux versus Windows?
Yes! I'm not of the opinion that...
What? No, you're in favor of Microsoft?
No, that would be absurd. Linux is inherently better.
Yes! Linux is very stable.
I know, right? Like, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, Linux systems, okay, sure, they go temporarily down, but when they do, the whole system does not go down. I mean, the famous blue screen of death, familiar to Windows users, it's just not a worry if you use Linux. Linux is just less vulnerable to computer malware.
Yep, and because most computer malware are designed to attack Windows, often through ActiveX, which is not typically found in Linux, the odds are considerably less for Linux to be infected with a virus than Windows.
Whatever, though. Let's just let the listeners really tackle the heart of the matter. So, is it Microsoft Windows or mother freaking Linux that you prefer?
Windows or Linux? Good question. I'm going to say between Windows and Linux because I use Windows at work and I'd rather work less. I don't like spending that much time there. It's how I associate Windows with work and I don't want to be there. I don't want to talk about work. I want to work less in life, so I want to see less of Windows.
When Apple tried to drag Microsoft's name through the mud in a series of iconic television commercials depicting PC owners as awkward nerds, they forgot one thing. Not all of us want to be a quirky, sarcastic hipster. I don't know much about Linux, and I don't want to.
My opinion, gravely, is the Linux is good for people who like to open their source codes and hop in the bandwagon with the other people. Thank you for your time and energy and a great podcast. Farewell and good luck.
Whether to interface with Windows or Linux makes no difference to me. I can interface with either in a way that doesn't hurt the user experience. I appreciate both systems. Windows or Linux, it makes no difference to me. I can interface with either easily.
So, I would choose Microsoft because it's just easier to deal with. But I could see if you're a coder like Bill Gates, how you would maybe want to mess with that open source operating system stuff.
I think that Linux is better because it's open source.
Once you experience the power and freedom that Linux offers, you never want to go back to Microsoft products. Just calling about the Microsoft versus Linux debate. I just want to let you know, I don't use either.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I appreciate the chance to listen in on some of those VMs.
What's that you're doing?
Oh, I'm just shuffling cards.
Oh, cool. Let's play cards.
I don't know any card games.
You don't know any card games?
It's okay. I'll teach you one.
Okay. What will you teach me?
It's called poker.
Yes, poker.
Is it easy to learn?
Yes, it will only take about 30 minutes.
Okay. Teach me to play.
I can help, Jay. I know poker.
Okay, sure, Jason. I appreciate the help.
Okay, we each get 5 cards.
Oh, look. I have 4 jacks.
That's great, but you're not supposed to tell us.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I don't have 4 jacks.
It's too late. The game is ruined.
Jay, you threw the cards everywhere.
I guess I feel I don't need to play cards much longer.
Oh, come on. I'm just a noob. You know that.
I'm out of here.
What? Where are you going?
I'm off to party like it's 1999.
What did you do in 1999?
I stayed in and watched TV then, too.
That's awesome.
Hey, by the way, though, speaking of old memories and all, like, I've known you for many years, Jason.
You have?
Yes, I saw you perform at a live event over 10 years ago. It was held at UCB Franklin. It was called Jobs, and there you were, along with Nick Kroll, among others. You described an old movie you were in as a young child. I enjoyed the show. I was a huge alternative comedy nerd.
You're such a nerd in general, Jay. Or more specifically, an alternative comedy nerd.
Yeah. I was into all kinds of shit.
Uh-huh.
But definitely whatever was alternative at the time.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jay. I mean, you got me hooked on alternative, or alt comedy, as it's sometimes called. I guess we've just never really connected with traditional comedy.
Yeah, the alternative scene is more our speed.
At this point for me, and I'm sure you as well, Jay, comedy is just a way for us to test out ideas, but we're much more passionate about becoming successful writer performers. Plus, Jay and I are both inspired by Andy Kaufman. That's why we do some of the stuff we do.
That's really awesome.
Now, Jason, you must be aware of alt comedy, no?
Yeah. I mean, I know about it, yeah.
You don't sound too confident.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, I always worry I'm going to put my foot in my mouth when people bring up alt comedy at parties. I just mouth watermelon, watermelon, and pretend I'm talking along with them to sound cool. But in my head, I'm thinking, okay, what the hell is alt comedy and how did it develop in the 90s and early aughts?
Okay, well, basically in New York City, much of what is called alternative or downtown comedy is performed outside of traditional comedy clubs and theaters, such as the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, UCB, or the Magnet Theater, Creek in the Cave, and the People's Improv Theater, sometimes known as PIT, as well as a ton of cabarets that host comedy only from time to time. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, the comedians at these shows offer more character-based humor or surreal humor, as opposed to observations of everyday life or more polemical themes.
Yeah, no, that's right. And in the 1990s, David Cross actually ushered in what we like to call the
David Cross effect. Yep. Basically, it signifies a new era of comedy by opting to perform in music venues rather than the stale comedy clubs that had been popular during and after the highly profitable 1980s comedy boom.
Yep. By rejecting traditional comedy clubs and instead performing in music venues, Cross, Garofalo, among others, including Oswalt and Kindler, ushered in a new era and revolutionized the art form, infusing it with a deadpan wit.
Mm-hmm. In addition, many alternative comics, such as Dimitri Martin, use unusual presentation styles, opting to play music or act out sketches for showgazers. The now defunct Luna Lounge in New York's Lower East Side was actually home to a celebrated weekly alternative comedy stand-up series featuring a changing lineup of the world's best alt comics, including Patton Oswalt,
Mike Birbiglia,
Sarah Silverman,
Jason and Randy Sklar,
Jim Norton,
Ted Alejandro,
Mark Maron,
Janine Garofalo,
Carrot Top?
Not exactly. Dave Chappelle,
Mike Birbiglia,
Andy Kindler,
Eugene Merman,
Brian Posehn,
and numerous others, until the property was sold and the building razed.
I've always felt like one reason why alt comics can succeed in New York City is that they don't have to tour part-time, as many of them also work as writers on local comedy television shows, such as The Daily Show and Stephen Colbert.
Now, LA is a whole other story, though. To me, Patton Oswalt cited Dana Gould as the originator of the alt comedy scene in the early 90s, who also cites Janine Garofalo as another progenitor of the scene. Beth Lapidus started the Uncabaret shows, which was the flagship of the alternative comedy movement. Now, other contemporaries of the scene include Bob Odenkirk, David Cross, Andy Kindler, and Kathy Griffin.
Damn, y'all know a crap ton about comedy, and now you're both up-and-coming alternative comedy stars. You're pushing alternative comedy into new territory. Nice, y'all.
Hey, well, so are you. I mean, really. Jason, you're a major influence on us.
Okay, well, before we turn this into a glorified cocksucking contest, let's just agree. I mean, we just love each other's work equally in all directions.
Hear, hear.
What you boys drinking tonight?
Drinking?
Drinking?
Yes, alcohol.
I kind of forgot the drinks.
No, it's fine, Matthew. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's just be chill. Let's pause the podcast here. And that's the end of the free episode. But the Patreon subscribers are going to get to hear what we sound like drunk.
Peace, y'all.